Hello, honey roses. Hello, welcome to Milk Honey Rose. Thank you for being here. If you would like to book a coaching call, a reading, or purchase any of my books, you can by visiting www.milkhoneyrose.org. Alright, and you can join the membership. I will be posting within the membership the extendeds when I do have extendeds to post, as well as additional love readings. All right, thank you for being here. Thank you again. I'm hearing a song. I don't know whose song this is. What is it called? I don't know what it's called either. But it's like, some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Some people wait forever for that one special kiss. Oh, I can't believe it's happening to me. Some people wait a lifetime. There's something about this moment, this magic moment. And now I'm hearing Nicki Minaj. I wish that I can have this moment for life. There's something about this moment. There's something about this moment. It's a special moment. It's special. It shows growth. Something like that. I just heard you've been crowned. You've been crowned. A lot of you have dealt with living life without love, with this Ace of Cups coming out in reverse. And that's a hard life to live. Oof, let me tell you. Life without love. In this life, you need love to have a battery to operate from. Because when you don't, love is like fuel. You don't have love, you just be running on E. And a car on empty don't go too far now, does it? I thought it was cool, but it really wasn't. This came out in reverse. The Eight of Swords. Many of you really felt stuck because you felt like things weren't going anywhere for you. At a point in your life, you just felt like stuck. Like what? Not having any love can really make you feel like everything is upside down. Your relationship with God didn't feel right. You didn't even know if it was there or not. Like, okay, you was trying to get out of this toxic energy with the devil in reverse, but it was hard. And then you finally started fighting back, but then you still wasn't happy with that because it felt like it wasn't enough. You was like, damn, what the, okay, that's what it felt like. It just felt like you kept getting stabbed in the back. That's what it felt like. It felt like it was just over and over again. Like, you see, like always something, like, can we please stop it? It felt like you were just going through a karmic cycle of learning lessons, and it was just really difficult. Very, very, very difficult. There was times where you wondered, like, is God even real? Is that even a thing? Like, can I even say anything about God? Like, you know, I know there's many people that think like that. Like, you know, if I just heard if God is real, why did I go through this? I hear people say like that, say things like that and speak that way. Not realizing at these difficult times in life when you go through this, you don't realize that everything that you go through, it teaches you. And it's meant to bring you to an improved, more purified version of yourself. Because if you don't go through those things, you won't learn anything, and you'll miss the whole point of life. Because you would not have learned anything. That's why Earth is so difficult, because you learn here. This is probably the most difficult realm for a soul to go. It's almost, I just heard the last test. The last test. You know how when you're graduating from something and you have to take that last exam to pass? I'm hearing, what if Earth is the last exam before you could create your own world? If you pass this exam, then when you pass on, people think you left, but you actually left to go make your own world. So here, to people, it looks like you just passed on and transcended, but you really just transformed and became more powerful, and then you go make your own world. Not to say you can't make your world here while you're here now, but I'm talking about like ethereal, an ethereal world. That's what Spirit just said. So, yeah. Many times it's just like you wanted to take action. There's so much that you wanted to do, but you just felt like you didn't have no energy left, you know? And this is highlighting the fact that this struggle had so much purpose in your life. And of course, at the time, it didn't feel that way. It felt absolutely horribly ridiculous. And why is this happening to me is what it felt like. Okay. However, there was so much purpose here. There was so much purpose in your life because it has brought you to this moment. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this, a moment of understanding. Sometimes people never even get to understand why we here. They never even get it. And that's very sad. You know, we're here to love, to support each other, to encourage each other, to learn, to grow, to allow our soul and spirit to gain the experience that the soul and spirit know that they are here for. And then, you know, the soul and spirit actually have a task as well. Spirit just said that. How can I explain what I'm getting? You know how I always mention the soul cry? The soul has to keep crying until you hear, until you listen. And sometimes people will never listen, and the soul just suffers because it does not get to experience what it's meant to experience. The soul knows, even if it's inactive, it's about the soul being able to tap into you in a way where you understand. And the spirit speaks to the soul. I heard the spirit coaches the soul on how to reach you. Spirit, yes. Spirit, not only your spirit, but the spirits, like the spirit realm, like God and God's soldiers in the spirit realm, coach your soul to cry loud, to cry out loud, so that you could hear, so that you can activate, so that you can recognize that whatever you're doing is not working, so you have to change it. So the more pain you go through, the more it's supposed to redirect you into a different direction. You got tired of that pain and you started to fight back, which is beautiful because that means that you listened, because you got tired with this Four of Cups right here. You got tired of not living the happy life and the joyful experiences that you know were meant for you. You were tired of that. You said, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not going to accept this as my life. This is not my life. This is not my life. You released that toxicity, even though you still have more to work on, but that's okay. That's a part of the process. But that was the first step in this moment here. This very difficult time that you were having where everything was wrong. Everything that you could possibly think of was wrong. It's like nobody was supporting you. Nobody was there. People was like just not doing the right thing in your life for you. Not to say you was like looking for it, because kind of probably like, I just got to figure this out. But at the same time, like those who you thought would be a certain way were not that way. And I feel like that was an eye opener for you. So I'm hearing you have been crowned. Tell me more about that part. You have been crowned. Change. Yes. That's what I was feeling with this Four of Cups. You took the time to change. You had hope. You trusted the fact that you were not going to remain in that state of being. You didn't accept it. Renewal. You washed away all that toxicity to bring in skills. Okay, excuse me. What? The way the cards come out? You washed away all that pain to bring about skills. This is when you started to become an alchemist. This is when you started to become a magician for real. Death and rebirth. There we go. Osiris out here. Hello. Okay. Done with being ordinary. I just heard. Like you were in the beginning. Even though maybe never really ordinary, but you were behaving as if you were ordinary at one point in the beginning. But then you realize that you actually have something very special, and it should be preserved because you're a creator. Okay? You are a creator. That's beautiful. What have you created lately? I hope it was something good. I hope it was something fascinating that will make people ask you questions. Honey Rose, what in fact made you do this like that? I just felt like I should put a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And they say, yes, great choice. Amazing, beautiful, dynamite. Okay, I saw a fork in the road. I see soulmates, but it didn't actually come out. What else? It didn't come out though, but I'm looking for something. Leg up, time to go. You making a decision to get up out of that like stagnant energy that you were in and recognizing that you had the power within you. You gave your own self a leg up. This proves that you are a God. You see what I'm talking about? Look at it. You see that? I don't know. I'm telling you. But I see it. So I'm getting excited. When I be reading, I be excited to see stuff. Okay. Strength, blessings, chaos, and conflict in between worlds. Imagine. That is what got you out of that situation. It was your imagination. There's a lot of TIONs right now. Here and now. Didn't I say this magic moment? Oh my. Happy. Yin. Oh. It just keeps getting better. Deep knowing. That is beautiful. Like on this journey, this is a magic moment because you're about to be paired with your divine masculine or feminine. Okay? You understand your power in between worlds. You bring what you get through meditation from the spirit, you bring it to the physical because you got it like that. You know how to do the thing. Okay? You're a magician. Here and now, this magic moment. This is a magic moment for you. You're blessed. You are divinely blessed. Okay? You have a leg up because you gave yourself a leg to put up. Nobody gave you that leg. Okay? Maybe your mom and your dad a little bit. They helped you. However, you had to pick it up though. You had to pick up that leg. And you did a damn good job. All right? All right? Because that's what I see. To be fair, happy, happy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Y'all remember that cartoon? What was that? Happy, happy, joy, joy. That was so silly. But I see those little cartoons dancing in my head. Was it Ren and Stimpy? I'm having a nostalgic moment. Okay, happy, happy. To be fair. To be fair. I just heard something. I'm not going to repeat it though. It's a bit much. I'm just chill. Okay, chaos and conflict. Chaos and conflict. Yeah, you were able to take that L and you turned what could have looked like a loss into a lesson. You learned the lesson and you imagine yourself outside of the... I heard you imagine yourself outside of the walls that were designed for you. Oh, nah. We not taking no walls that somebody else designed. We designing those walls. And you designed a doorway out of the walls. Nobody has time. We don't have time for this. This is what we don't have. We have things to do. We have things to do. Okay? You literally imagined yourself outside of the situation that you were in, which is why you escaped. You were able to escape from the trap that was set upon you. Now you crowned. Now you are crowned. You have been bestowed with the blessing, which is right here because you have a deep knowing. And your imagination sets you free, makes you happy. By the book is just the book. That's your book. You wrote your own book. You wrote your own story. You let nobody write your story. There's no more of that. No more allowing somebody else to write your story when you have a pen and when you have consciousness. There's no need for someone else to write your story when you are your own story. You figured out me? It's 15:27 on the clock. Maybe that means something. Maybe that's an angel number that you guys could look at. When I looked at the timer of this video, it says 15:20. Well, it said 15:27. This is a very powerful reading because this magic moment. What was that other song? I forgot the first one I sang. I know I heard Nikki, and then I don't remember the first one, but y'all do because y'all said it. But it's this moment is very special because there's something happening. I need to express it because I need to pull out tarot now. I just realized I got tongue twisted for a second. I was only using Oracle. Oh, I used tarot under here. However, I'm going to use it again because there's something else here that I could feel it. I don't know what it is, but I need to figure it out. There's something more that Spirit has to say about this. But I feel like I want to use a different deck. I don't want to use this one or the ones I have here. Where's my other cards? Over there somewhere. Okay. I have to go get the other cards. Un momento. Un momento. Okay. I took 1 minute, 2 minutes, half a minute. I don't know. That wasn't even a minute. That wasn't even 30 seconds. However, thank you for your patience. Okay, what else do you want me to tell them, Spirit? Because I feel something that you want to say. Can you please tell me what's important here that I feel? What is it that I feel? Love and intuition. Oh. This is the gift. This is why this moment is magical. You're recognizing the power that you have within you, which is why you're crowned. It was hidden. The moon just came out. The moon, the Ace of Cups. Remember in the beginning, the Ace of Cups came out in reverse. You remember that? Now it's in the upright because you learned the lesson that you need to learn. I know it was hard because it has to be. If it's not, you would never learn anything. But now that you know, you glow and you're so beautiful, you know? And it's not just on the outside, it's also on the inside because people could feel your heart at that point. People feel you and then they trust you because they could feel you. Yeah, there's always going to be those who will be feeling some type of way because they want your glow, but they don't realize, they don't know that you went through a lot to glow like that. That glow that don't just come. Hello. No, you gotta pay for that glow. Okay? And you can't pay for that glow with money. You can't pay with money. You gotta pay with pain. Damn. It's so true, y'all. And I know you know what I'm saying. You gotta pay with pain. That's a different type of paper. That's a different type of paper. However, you did it. You did the right things. You went through the shadow. You learned from it. And not to say you still don't have more to learn. However, you've come to a magical moment in your life because you're recognizing yourself. The most purest version of yourself you're seeing because there was so much that needed to fall away from you. You got sifted. You The darkness and all that trouble and all that trauma, that's when you get sifted, and you got to get shook up to get all the kinks out, the things that don't work well, the functions that's not functioning right. And then you have to reevaluate yourself. Almost said revalve your cells. Revalve them. Revalve. Valve is considered like something that you open and close to, like a faucet in a way, a valve, kind of, if I'm thinking right. I'm also thinking about like under the sink when, you know, you could adjust the water. I saw somebody do this before, because I be asking questions when I see people doing stuff. So I saw somebody was fixing something like under the sink, like the pipe or something, and when they tighten the valve, there was something about the flow of the water. It either slowed down or it sped up. Hold on, there's something here. You repaired your DNA this way. Going through the dark night of the soul successfully, it repairs your DNA when you do the right thing and you learn properly and you take those steps. You do the work. You repair your DNA. There's also frequencies for that as well. So you could look up DNA repair frequencies and play them in your sleep. I do that. Play those frequencies in your sleep. I think it's 428 and 528, I believe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. However, you can look it up. Just type it into YouTube and you'll get a bunch of binaural frequencies. But yeah, this is what I'm seeing here for this message. It is this is basically a message of your graduation. This is a spiritual graduation moment. So be very proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. Yay, you've done it. You've done an amazing job. You did all the works. You did all the works. And you got an A+, E++++. Okay? Yeah, I hear one of my songs in my head. Because I mentioned passing a test. Is that I pay with my energy, pay some respect. Don't just pay attention. Pay me in checks. But it keep on going, but I'm not going to keep going right now. Because I'm trying to feel this right now. But I was just thinking about that song because I heard the end part of it. This is beautiful. I'm proud of you because let me tell you, a lot of people don't get here. A lot of people don't get to this point. That's why it's a magic moment. And, you know, this is something to celebrate. This is not something small. This is something that people have passed on and didn't even get to this point, and I just find that so sad. But it does happen all the time. You know, it happens all the time where people just be living and they don't even realize that they're in school. And then they don't even pass the test of life. So it's like all of those things that you do, can you say they were worth anything if you don't get to the point? No, you can't, because at least if you're going to live, make your life mean something. Make it meaningful, and the best thing you could do is to learn and grow. And then when you learn and grow, then you become, I want to say authorized, equipped to be able to help your brothers and sisters. And that right there is actually a gift. That's a gift, to be able to actually be able to help others is actually a gift. Because it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's the gift that creates legacy and like eternal remembrance. The frequency of you is just, it's potent when you do a thing. When you do something that stays here when you're gone, that is very powerful. And that makes you live forever. That is that right there. And that love that you didn't have, now you're full of it. Not full of yes, nah, That's when I start cursing like the radio. But full of love. You know? Not full of ishne, but full of love. That's my curse word for like the radio. Ishne. You know what that means, right? Full of ishne. Get it? Okay. So it's just love here. And intuition. And you just conquering your shadow. And now feeling comfortable with it. Even though sometimes it can still be uncomfortable if you know that there's more work to do. However, you've reached a point that you could, there was a very slim chance of you not getting here to this Ace of Cups, to this love right here, and to this Queen of Pentacle energy. This could even be a person for you, for some of you. It's a representation of you, but it could also be you and someone like coming together with love, like you understanding love, and you have love now, so now you deserve to have love from another physical person. Clearly, you already have love in the spirit realm because spirit has helped you through that. Anytime you do shadow work, if you don't realize it, you're working with spirits in that time when you're working through that darkness. There's spirits all around you. And they're helping you. The ones that have been with you all your life since a child, that have been watching you and have been assigned to you, they help you through that. You just don't know until you know. But I'm telling you now, there's always spirits around you to help you, because we get different spirits at different stages of our lives because we grow. So then we need new, or not new, but we need like kind of like a mentor. When you're doing a certain thing in life, for whatever that is, you may need a mentor in that field. So it's the same thing with the phases of your life. When you get to certain phases and there's certain, things that happen in life, no matter if it's like personal self-esteem issues or relationship issues or family issues or like career issues, or business issues, there's always spirits around you that help you along the way. It's just in the unseen, but they're still here. This is a beautiful reading. You've been crowned. So yes, again, congratulations. Okay. You deserve a walk on the beach and hearing the ocean waves crash on the shore. Okay. Not walk across like the stage, but a walk on the beach, because now you can relax from all of that traumatic experience that you've endured throughout life. Because now this is a new thing. You might still have stressors, but they're not like that. They're not, these are different type of stressors you have now. They're nothing like the past. That was different. And that's something that you don't have to go back to. And that is beautiful. Okay, my loves. So Spirit is very proud of you. They're having a whole party for you in the spirit realm, because that's how much they love you and that's how much they're proud of you. And I'm proud of you too. And of course, God is proud of you. And you be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Say, thank you, self. You did that. You did that, okay? Because that's what they said. Ooh, 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 ooh. What they said?